typically when I just sit with my pressure there. I noticed that even when I was getting a piece of the ball, still need a breaker in, so. What's going on, guys? Coach Derek here, back with another video, and today we have the Weapon X 2.0 versus the StringKing Mark2F. We are with one of my many proteges, Chase Kaufman. Chase recently committed to Union College, going to ball out at that D3 level. Congrats on that front. We're just going to be repping it out a little bit with the Weapon X versus the StringKing. Honestly, let's just see how this fares in a little battle, you know what I mean? Let's see how it flexes, see if we can win any face-offs. Let's get into these live reps, and I'm super interested to see how this flexes. It's pretty soft off the rip, so let's take a few reps and then see how it goes. You're gonna leave it behind, buddy. You're gonna leave it behind. Ah, you got it. Look at that. Thing's a noodle, dude. I don't know, I personally use the StringKing Black Stiff.
It's also 80.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, the StringKing Stiff is like, even the regular is still more rigid, like here. Like if you can see, like where the struts are, like how the struts for the Weapon X are going that way versus this going that way. And then it has a little bit more bulk in the StringKing right there to get you in those tie-ups and stay stronger. Like typically when I just sit with my pressure there, I can maintain way more of the ball with this than this, but still need a breaker in, so we'll continue to find out. Oh, and I just missed. I lost it. I don't know if it was, I think it's just because it's not broken in yet. Need a few more reps with it. It'll hold a little bit better.
Has no give to it whatsoever.
All right, guys, so that concludes the rep portion of the video. I hope you guys were able to see how this thing was flexing and things like that. My overall opinion, it's way too flimsy. I noticed that even when I was getting a piece of the ball, I would just get pressed off with the second move. And even when I was countering and keeping my pressure, the ball would just squirt right out. Now, I will say that it is a brand new head, and honestly, it's already bent like so. So I don't know if it's the most optimal thing to utilize during the summer ball circuit when all these youth guys and high school guys are playing in the heat. Me personally, I like to use the stiff black Mark2F, and I think it just fares well, stays a little bit more rigid. And now let's have Chase come in here and give his opinion on the head.
Personally, I think the head's way too flimsy. When you get into 50-50s, that top edge, especially against the Mark2F, just gives out. You have to hit your second move like right away, or else that Mark2F is just gonna swallow the ball. Overall, you can only get the ball if you're gonna true plunger it. You can't conventionally just clamp with it.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, what do you think? Because as someone who top edge clamps predominantly, like top edge versus bottom edge, how do you think this head fares?
I think it's definitely more of a bottom edge heavy head. If you're gonna rip with your bottom edge, it's good because that bottom edge is strong, but if you're trying to go top edge, it's just gonna fall out against any other head.
Yeah, I agree. Quick rating, so for clamps, rated out of 10.
No, 6.
6 for clamps, flexibility?
Like a 4.
Like a 4, just because it's too flimsy?
It's too flimsy, especially in like 90-degree heat on turf, which you're gonna be playing in a lot. It just gives out.
Exits, how do you think it feels when exiting?
I think it's like an 8.
An 8?
It doesn't exit too bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. And then I was gonna say ground balls. We didn't do too much ground ball with it, but from what I can tell, the scoop's very comparable to the Mark2F. So I would say like scoop score like 8 or 9.
8 or 9, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bad as like the dual one, which was just like brutal in the heat. All right, and there you have it, guys. Yeah, like Chase said, I just want to piggyback off one thing. It's definitely more of a bottom edge oriented head, but if you're going against a strong opponent that's as quick or faster than you, he's just going to go top edge over and blow you completely off that ball. So the versatility, I think, is a little bit too one-dimensional for this head as a whole. Obviously, I'm going to stick with my StringKing Mark2Fs. I think it's the best head on the market, but I always recommend, and this is why I kind of want to do these videos, I recommend you face-off athletes to use as many heads as you can. Figure out what you like so that you can find the weapon or the tool that fits your play style and helps you win the most face-offs. And with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.